welcome back to the tutorial in which I will be discussing the classification of discrete time systems. We have already seen the classification of signals. Now we will see some classification of systems. So first of all, I would consider a static, which is also known as memoryless, and dynamic, which is called the system with memory system. A discrete system is called static or memoryless if its output at n instant depends only on the input sample at that instant, but not on the past or future sample of the system. So a static systems, suppose this is, for an example, system yn, its output at time instant n depends only on the input at time instant n. So there is no any input output dependence on the time instant other than the current time instant n. Okay, so this is called a static or memoryless system. So this is a memoryless system. Suppose I am taking yn is equal to x n minus 1. So is it a memoryless system? Let's see. At y is equal to 0, the output y0 is at minus 1. So when I compute the output at n is equal to 0, we see it depends on the input at n is equal to minus 1. So I am computing this is 0. I am computing the output here at 1, and it says, system says that the output will be the same as the input at n is equal to minus 1. So this is time xt. So we see that the output depends on the past values. So this is not a static or memoryless system. Okay. Next is the dynamic or system with memory. In this case, this system was the dynamic system, or it had some memory, because the output at instant 1 depends on the past value. So system must have some memory that stores the past values for the future outputs. Okay, so this is the dynamic system and system with memory. Okay, so in this case, this system output yn depends on the current input xn and the input at n is equal to minus 1. Okay, so this is the system with memory and dynamic system, and this is same here also. This output at n is equal to 1 depends on all the past inputs or all the previous inputs. So this is the dynamic system with memory. Here also two things in case of memory system. One is the finite memory, or other is the infinite memory. So finite memory system, the input output dependence is only for the finite number of past or previous values. But in case of infinite dynamic or memory system, the system need to store infinite number of past values, because we see that output at n is equal to 1 depends on the input from all the previous values, from k is equal to 0 to all initial infinite values. Okay, so this is the case for static and dynamic systems.